It's the breach of trust, the betrayal of trust. It's the lack of integrity for the person here, but public offender work in Philly.
So you see what was going on with Meek, and you could attest that that's what's really going on out there.
Yeah, and I just couldn't do it anymore.
While everyone in Tinseltown is holding their breath waiting for the next person to be exposed, Iyanla Vanzant isn't the one to wait for the big reveal. Recently, she started to openly criticize none the other Oprah Winfrey, claiming that Oprah's actions are more troubling than those of Diddy. There's surely some ugly vibe between these two ladies, but apparently, Iyanla's recent accusations about power dynamics, influence, and the responsibilities of public figures were targeting Oprah directly. Her relationship with Oprah has been tumultuous, with Iyanla previously hosting a show on Oprah's network own called Iyanla Fix My Life, which ended amid rumors of creative differences and personal tensions between the two women.
And then for the next 11 years, I just continued to do my work. I just wasn't on television.
So many years after this feud, Iyanla decided to spill some truth on Oprah's shady nature. And folks, it's not like the media mogul might like that. According to Iyanla, Oprah has a tendency to control and manipulate those within her circle, ensuring that her narrative and brand remain unchallenged, and it was too much for Iyanla to bear. The mental and the emotional and the spiritual pain was just too great to bear for me. That's when I realized I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here anymore. Echoes much with what Diddy's victims were sharing. And if you know, the bad boy CEO often demonstrated his power and influence in the showbiz by mistreating his artists to hosting controversial parties. Just one shocking video of him dragging Cassie by her hair was enough to see this man's ugly nature. But Oprah, is this woman the same?
It's always overwhelming for me. So I made a conscious choice for my happiness.
Apparently, she's even worse because she doesn't want to get caught that stupidly as Diddy. And Iyanla hints that Oprah is surrounded by a team of handlers. Oprah Winfrey, one of the most influential media moguls of our time, has had a lot of shady moments throughout her journey as well, from that school for African kids and to recent backlash with her May fun schemes. It looks like Oprah had it coming for months, and seeing how easily it was to expose Diddy and ruin his empire, folks are starting to take down other shady figures, and Oprah's next on that list. Even if you haven't been keeping up with her story, you've probably heard some controversial stories from her past and present where she had to explain herself.
I would step in and do whatever I could to make it right.
So, Iyanla's the first to openly talk about Oprah's shady side. But she's not just a bystander. Her connection to Winfrey is crucial to understanding why she decided to speak now. Before Oprah's show became a massive hit, Iyanla was right there beside her. You'd think someone so integral to Oprah's success would get special treatment during tough times, but that wasn't the case. Losing her spot on Oprah's show all of a sudden was a painful setback. I never had a conversation with Oprah, ever. People thought that we were best friends and we went to lunch all the time. I had never had a conversation with her, so all of this that translated happened between me and her lawyer, me and her epi, not between me and Oprah. While Oprah refuses to be linked to Iyanla's downfall, it's hard to ignore the timing of their falling out. The more success Iyanla was getting, the more threatened Miss Winfrey felt.
People always wondered what happened. And they made up all kind of stuff. We had a fight.
Whether Oprah can maintain her innocence amid all this remains a lingering question. But it's not like people believe in her pristine reputation after all these shady stories that surfaced from time to time. As one person commented, Oprah was sneaky from the time we all met her. Put her in jail for what she did to those kids. And another user added, all demonic power-hungry demons. Prove me wrong. Money is the root of all evil. When Iyanla was working on Oprah Winfrey's network, her show became a hit and even M's. Winfrey herself was praising her as a top spiritual healer and teacher, despite their alleged rocky relationship behind the scenes.
And do I have the desire to do this? Yeah. Do I have the ability?
But apparently, it was all pretense, and one major moment in Iyanla's life was her fallout with Oprah. But her star quickly faded when she and Winfrey parted ways over what Iyanla called a miscommunication. For 11 years, they didn't speak to each other, but a public reconciliation finally happened in February 2011 on the Oprah Winfrey Show. As Iyanla later confessed during her chat with The Breakfast Club, insiders told her she broke some industry rules she wasn't even aware of. I violated some protocols in the industry because I just didn't know. Vanzant said she was on the Oprah Winfrey Show doing Change Your Life TV when other networks began approaching her. That's when she began thinking of doing her own show and becoming a star independent of Oprah's fame. Turns out, her desire to go big came off wrong, and Oprah felt threatened by her own protege and made everything in her power to sabotage Iyanla's career and future prospects.
If things just unfolded.
Years later, they finally talked and saw it was all a mix-up. After more than a decade of silence, Oprah invited her back to talk it out on her show. Winfrey even announced it on her website, as if there was a minor misunderstanding. But check this. There seems to be a lot of misunderstandings when it comes to Oprah's shady dealings, and every time she plays a victim, claiming her words or intentions were poorly interpreted. It's not like this woman ever acknowledges her wrong because, come on, it's Saint Oprah, and she can never be wrong in her own opinion.
There was a calling on my life, and I responded to the call. I obeyed the call.
Considering recent incidents where Oprah has been seen as putting down Black women in the industry, like Toni Braxton, and her whole drama with the cast of The Color Purple, which made headlines and basically ruined the movie Peer campaign. And that just proved how awful Oprah was to the people she was working with. It all began with the actress Tara G.P. Henson voicing her grievances over low payment and poor conditions she and other lead actresses had to work in. Another actress, Danielle Brooks, told The Hollywood Reporter that the cast members of The Color Purple were not initially provided food or their own dressing rooms. And once the news hit the headlines of major media, Oprah had to jump in and defend herself again.
So whenever I heard that there was something that people needed, I'm not in charge of the budget because that's Warner Brothers.
There's been also talk about how Oprah might have contributed to Toni Braxton's career taking a nosedive. Toni used to be a big deal in songwriting, but then things turned real bad for her, with money troubles and a serious illness hitting her hard. And considering what Toni was publicly saying about Oprah, it may just seem that Oprah had a hand in Toni's downfall. Toni Braxton busted out onto the music scene back in the late 80s, blowing everyone away with her voice and timeless tunes. She wasn't just about music. She also got famous for her reality show with her family, Braxton Family Values, which was a hit on TV. She's won Grammys and earned herself a reputation as an aunt.
Oh, I have to thank God.
But despite her success, Toni's had some rough patches. There was that time she had to file for bankruptcy, which she openly talked about on Vones Behind the Music. She opened up about going on a shopping spree and being rather negligent with her finances. I love dishes and house things, so I kind of lost it a little bit on the houseware. 1,000 thread, count sheets. That's what I indulged in. When Toni went on Oprah's show, she expected to talk about her situation with money, but she got blindsided by Oprah's tough questions. People watching thought Oprah was kind of throwing shade at Toni's spending, making it seem like Toni's lavish lifestyle was to blame for her money troubles.
Still knew that there was a certain amount of money coming in. Exactly. And you overspent that amount of money.
Toni felt attacked and later said Oprah was way harsher than she expected. Before that, Toni always looked up to Oprah and never thought Oprah would come at her like that. But it pales in comparison to what Winfrey did to Monique. Ever since the actress was blackballed, she hasn't received any apology from the media mogul. And it seems like Monique has run out of patience as well after watching Oprah doing the similar stuff to other people in the showbiz. Maybe with the support of other people whose lives and careers were wronged by this woman, Winfrey will experience her own downfall.
Being slander and
slammed, attacks, lies, conspiracy theories.
It seems like a lot of Black women in the industry can share a tailored tale or two about Oprah's nasty nature. And many folks on social media sharing the same vision as many other alleged victims of the media mogul's treatment. As one fan wrote, "Never a fan Oprah, seems sneaky. That's unfortunate." And another user added, "Oprah and Beyonce are the same. Jealous of other females that can do better than them, then they ruin them." Well, it's time to accept the harsh truth. No one in the entertainment biz is innocent. And Oprah may be hiding a lot of shady secrets behind her philanthropy mask. And what's your intake on all this, guys? Will Oprah be the next target of public exposure? And what do you think about her? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to check my other videos